All right, folks, today is Saturday, July 10th, 2021. It's been a few weeks since I've done a video. Really ain't had much to show off. I did take this car to my buddy over at Fine Line Street Rides, Alberto, for some stress point reinforcement on the frame. Mainly because he's better at that than I am, and for the price you couldn't beat it. So I dropped it off to him about a month ago or so. He kept it a couple weeks. And he did some stress point and he did a spindle swap for me. I had got the spindles off of eBay. So right now it's on 13 by 7s. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to get it on the lift, take the wheels back off, show you guys the reinforcement, and then I'd like to get the front end cut and back in place today. That's today's goal. So like I say, it's been kind of quiet around here. Ain't really done too much. Been working on this wooden bench that I have, killing time, trying to refinish that. But yeah, it's about it. With the 13s, it rides real good. Took it around, I don't know, 20 miles or so. Real smooth, doesn't rub, doesn't hit anything, doesn't clear. No spacers needed in the front. I'm gonna get into detail in that once I get the wheels off. So still looking for a 60. I've been spending a lot of time on the internet doing that, and man, social media is a waste of time. Waste too much time on that thing. So if anybody out there still has one or knows of one, let me know. We did go look at one the other day here, local in person. The guy, we were way separate on the prices. He wanted way too much, and I walked away. So anyways, enough talk. Let me get this thing on the lift, get the wheels off, bring you guys back, show you the framework. All right, so I got it on the lift, got the front wheels off, like I say, he just did some reinforcement on around the spring perches on the front. A little bit on the cross member, engine cross member, and then rear arches. So just something basic, because these frames are really, really weak on these cars. So just something super basic. So what I'm going to do next is got to get these springs out. I guess I take the caliper off first, hang it, take the tie rod loose, drop it, and then take the ball joint loose and shock, and the spring should come out. I've never lifted one of these cars, so it's going to be a learning experience for me, but should be pretty much the same as all the rest. So I'll bring you guys back once I get this spring out. Alright, so I got this driver's side busted down. It's pretty easy, being that everything was kind of loose already, or broken loose from the spindle swap. So pretty straightforward. Just took the caliper off and hung it so it doesn't pull on the brake line. I took this ABS sensor out, busted the tie rod loose and hung that, and took this pinch bolt out right there, and that was pretty much it. Then I put a jack under the A-arm. Actually, I put the jack under the A-arm before I took the pinch bolt out. Then I took the pinch bolt out, and the top A-arm popped up a little bit. Let the jack down, picked the car up, and the A-arm fell down like that, and then the spring fell out. One thing I noticed right away is they're not under near as much tension as these Impalas are. So I hate taking springs out, and I hate putting them in, but this one came out pretty easy. So all I'm going to do now is figure out how to put this spoon in. Looks pretty straightforward. And cut a hole and see what we got. So I'll bring you guys back once I get this put back together. All right, it's Sunday, and we're back on this thing. I didn't get as much done yesterday as I thought I would, mainly because the Astros came on and I got thirsty, so it was quitting time. But just to recap what was done yesterday, broke down both front end, and then took the shocks and the springs out of the front, took the shocks and the springs out of the back. Didn't cut any holes. We're going to do that today. I got some reinforcements on the way. We got Red Rockets coming, and Bobby G, the three-man army, is going to get this thing done today. We plan to cut all the holes, get the springs and cylinders in place, cut the trunk for the upright. Like I say, springs are out of there. Maybe get the power balls in. We should make some good progress. Haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do the trunk. I don't have batteries yet. but I can make a rack without having batteries. I have one battery, so go off of that. But that's pretty much it. Like I say, we're gonna put in about 8 hours on this thing today. Sunday, don't usually work on Sundays, but I want to get this thing done. So bring you guys back here once we start cutting. I think we're gonna probably end up using a plasma because this shock tower is funky on these cars. So I'll bring you guys back once we get into that. All right, so here we are, end of the day on Sunday. It's 6 o'clock. We put in 8 hours. It's dark, but we got the front cylinders in with the spoons at a 1-inch extension, 1 ton pre-cut in the front. I think it's going to go a little bit lower because it's sitting on the lift right now. I hope it doesn't go any lower. I kind of like it right there. Hoses are ran. Put the power balls on. Rear shocks, or I'm sorry, rear cylinders. I used 1.5 PVC pipe, split it open and put it around the cylinder so it doesn't squeak, metal on metal. Got the hoses ran from the front. We got the subframe in. So what we're gonna do, or what I'm gonna do during the week here, is I'm gonna get 4 batteries, gonna put 4 across, I think, and possibly the pumps in that area, or maybe on a little pedestal, lift it up a little bit, paint the rack, put the carpet back in, and wire it up. So it's a wrap for today. Didn't do much filming during the process. I did take some pictures though, so I'm gonna upload those. But that's how it's gonna sit. In the back, it's the stock front springs from this car in the back with like 3 turns. So I'm not sure how it's gonna ride. It's probably gonna be a little rough. We'll see. But that's it. So far, it's looking good. I want to wrap this up by next Saturday, which I don't think that'll be a problem. I just got to go buy some batteries. I got the angle iron for the battery rack. Got to get the bolts for the pump. I already wired up the switches. I got the solenoid brackets. I threaded them. Just angle iron. Threaded with a bolt. Those are ready to go. Switch is wired up. Did that yesterday. So that's a wrap. I'm going to cut this off here. So I guess this would be part 1 of the hydraulics, and then we'll do part 2. So hope you guys enjoyed this process. Stay tuned. Next weekend I'm going to upload more content. Thanks for watching.